Okay guys, so I am in the mix of going to, y'all know these outfits that I got here. So these are straw hats that I have. And when they get shipped, they get all bent out of shape and different stuff like that. So what I'm going to do now, I wind up, they be having the bands glued on. I take the band off. I glue it on. I take the band off of being glued on because I'm needing this to flex more, because what I'm going to do is we're going to do the shape. I can change the shape and do something different. So I'm also going to wind up painting these. So not only are they going to be, there's something on my lip. Now you have lip gloss. You can feel the hair or whatever. So I like to get these, and when I get bored, I like to paint. So for these suits that I got from Fashion Over, we're gonna make something to go with those, and we're gonna fix these up to kind of go with those outfits. So when they get out of the box, they be kind of bent and different stuff like that. So I'm gonna go, I soak them in hot water, and then I put them on blocks, and I let them re-dry so they can get the shapes that I want. Because you see how this is, how quirky it is. And remember, shellac can fix these hats. You can press it out, you can put the shellac on, so when you get them and you're like, oh my God, these hats is just ruined. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get these hats prepared and get them ready. And I'm going to put these on blocks and let them dry. And I'm still waiting on my other molds. They should be here any day. All right, so y'all stay tuned. Toodles. Gino, you ready? Okay, so I bring the hat down, put it in hot water. Now, to get a better scratch, I would say pop the band. Pop the band in the inside of the hat. I didn't pop it. But if you want it better, because you see how even when it's time to go on here, it's giving me a problem. That's because the sweatband is in here and it's lacking it from moving. So to get a better, you need to take that band out. You have to redo it, because what's happening is you're not getting a good enough pull. So you need to take the band off because it's been stitched like that. So the fact that it's been stitched like that, that makes it less eager to move. So when I pull the band off, I'm gonna get a more pull. Okay, I get a better pull. I can pull it down better and reshape it. Because when they come out of them boxes and they've been in a box and in that position for a long time, they be warped. Hot water is your friend. I'm gonna let these dry. And they dry on the mold, I press them out, then I'll be ready to change the color. I have to get my pusher downer. It's in my box. Let me go get it, I'll be back. Be careful, don't rip the hat when you're doing this. Okay, be careful. Be very careful. But what this is going to do is put the new brake back up in there. Okay. So this is going to be the brown that we're going to do to match that vest with the denim. So I'll do my combination. All of my hat making tools got off Etsy. So this is the puller downer, bringing her down more, okay? But to get a better pull, get rid of the band. because that's been stitched down. So with them stitches in it, it lack it to expand. So now that I have these on here, I'm going to let it sit, and it's going to dry stiff like that. And then I have the other one, okay? And I'm going to let them dry, and then I'll press them. I let them dry. I need to go get a break for this one. Where's my other break at? I think it's in here. I'll be back. So if you want to get into hats, I would say the first one to get into is these. The straw hats will be easier to do than the felt. The felt got a lot more work to do when you're dealing with the felt, okay? Felt has a lot more. You got to do sanding, buffing. So I would say when you get into it, start out with these. These is easier to do. So when you get the pre-made ones, they be these already kind of be in the shape, and then you just shape them and to change the shape. If you don't want it like a fedora, if you want it the round top, then you need that block where you can reshape it on that block to be able to do that. But all of these hat making tools is on Etsy. So you go on Etsy and the hat makers on Estes, and you can go in there and you could get all these tools. So what this doing is putting the break back in the hat, okay? Put the rope around it, put the break back in it, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna let it dry, because when they come, they be warped. So I use the counter as a leverage, and this puller down right here, you put on, pull, and it's giving you pull. It's giving us more wiggle room. I can't wait for my other stuff to come. I got new blocks coming, guys. So now I'm back into making my hat. I'm gonna buy all the stuff I need now. You know how you decide you want to do something, and you're like, you know what, I want to do it for real. And you make that decision that you want to do it for real. Then you buy all the tools that you need to make it for real. Make this tight. There we go. And now, let it dry. I put it on the table, and I let it be. It's not enough space, but as you can see, it needs to be flat. So that's what's gonna make this flat. You put hot water on these straw hats. Put them back on a mold and let them dry flat. So when this hat dry, it's gonna dry like this, but then I steam it, I put shellac, get ready to paint it so it'll be permanent like this. So now I'm gonna put it and let it dry. So both of the hats, it's gonna sit here. Let y'all see. See, I let the hats sit there because the vent is right here, and I leave them and let them sit, and they're gonna dry. And then I can decide then to paint them and what color I want to paint them in, different stuff like that. So that is going to be what's going to be done there. Okay. So that's something that it's wet, it's slide. That's something that I truly love to do. And I would say I don't say the STs right, but the scrawl hats are much easier to do, and they don't make a mess like the felt. The felt is going to leave a lot of cleanup when you start doing the felt. But all of these tools, the puller, the pusher downer, the hat break, the cutter, and all that stuff, go on. If you want to get into hat making, go on to Estes, and you can purchase these. And look, because a lot of the stuff, the guy I get mine from is out of Canada. You know, you want to do them sheet there, you want a hat. The guy I get mine from, he's out of Canada. So, come real quick. You know, Minnesota real close to Canada. So, but we get it real quick. So, I like shopping with him. I got another one coming from Turkey, and I'm going to see how long it take that one to get here. But this is something that I really love to do. You guys got to check out Shady Days and different stuff. So I like to create, but I've never made these before to sell to people. So now what I'm going to start doing is randomly making them. And a friend of mine own a boutique. So I'm going to make them and give them to him. And then when he sell it, I get my percentage off of the hats and stuff like that. But I just enjoy doing this type of stuff. But the problem is I fall in love with all the ones I make because I'll be wanting them for myself. So that'd be the problem, like parting with them. So yes, all of these tools you can get from Estes, okay? And the rope I just got from Home Depot. So you just go on Home Depot, go up in there and you get the rope. And I just got that from there. And depending on how much, I wind up getting like 3 yards. Because I do like 2 hats at a time. Nothing too major. Right, Gina? You want a hat? And then they'll show you how to do the tie. So you just loop it around and then you do the tie. Start watching videos. Start watching videos. Now, I would say to y'all, warning. Don't just start trying to burn them hats and set them on fire without educating yourself. Don't ever put shellac on a hat and set it on fire. Like, shellac is very flammable. When you do the shellac, the hat, if you decide to burn it again, got to be totally dry. It can't be in wet form at all because it's going to poof. So it has to be totally not damp or any of that. I did that and I set a hat on fire. Lord Jesus, it was a fire. You went to get a call pop. So don't do that. Don't do that. I learned the hard way. So I would say with the fire, you're at your own risk and learning that part. But I don't be messing with the fire like that. Yeah, I mess with it. And I mess with it where I'm really paying attention. Now, alcohol, you'll watch them. Some people use drinking alcohol or rubbing alcohol. And they'll spray it. So with alcohol, the felt is going to burn as long as the alcohol is present. Once the alcohol burn off, the felt will automatically go out. Now, if you don't have a genuine felt hat, like if you get one of them hats from Amazon and you decide to set it on fire, some of them hats have plastic in the middle. They are safe felt. But they be fake hats because I did that before too. And the hat just melted. So you need to order from Estes. And it got to say 100% felt hide. Meaning the hat has not been blocked. I got 2 coming in. They should be here probably tomorrow or the weekend. And then I'll show y'all again. But they're in my videos. So if you're curious, just go through my videos and go back and look at the hats. But you got to get them a hide that is genuine. Right, Gino? Genuine? You want a hat? Mama gonna get you a hat. You want your hat? All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. Toodles. Gina, you want your hat? This one is a flat hat block. So what that does, instead of the hat being shaped into the normally fedora-like shape, like the Spectral Gathered hat, this will change the shape of the hat and make it flat. So I get a better fill out if I was using a felt hat versus a scrawl hat. So I take a knot, and you just take a knot. Kind of do it like that, right? And then this goes through right here, because this is how we pull it around to make it tighter. So I'm going to attempt to try to do it with this one. But normally I get a better pull onto a felt. So I take hot water. Because what we're doing is we want the top of this hat not to be the fedora, right? We want it to be flat. See? So you'll change. And when I got this, I just had got into hat making, right? So my measurements will be a 21. But when they do the hat blocks, they do a lot of it. Like I measure the wig. So you'll measure like that. And then the hats, when you have that tall, like now the crowns on the hats, instead of being like short, they're making them like 4 and 5 inches tall. Okay, so they're doing that. So when you're doing that, and I'm learning all the stuff to hat making. So when I ordered my measurement, you don't ever order your block at 21 inches, okay? You will order it. So if my head is 21, I will order at least 23, because you're going to need to put a sweatband in there, and that's going to make the hat tighter. So if you notice, this one is measured at 21 inches, so this will be a little tight. So then what I would have to do is I have to, once I get this shape I want, I would have to put this on something wider to open it up to give me those inches, because if not, it's going to be extremely tight. It's going to be really tight. And then this is scratching this to the T, because this hat is not a custom one. This hat is one that's not custom. So what that means is that it's by this hat not being custom, meaning it's already this size. I can't get too much in a scratch on this. I can't get too much. But this is how you make a hat turn into a flat top. You get a flat top hat block. But when you're doing your measurements, they're going to ask you, hey, what is your circumference? So if you used to measure yourself for your wigs, you'll tell them I'm 21 inches. And they'll be like, okay. But they want it actually in centimeters. So I'm gonna go get my thing, because I want to show y'all something, because I just learned later in life. Hold on. I'm gonna go get a tape measure. Ain't no stopping it. On the groove. Okay, so when you get ready to order a block, you take your tape measure and you're gonna go around your head, because how you like your hat to be, okay? So you're gonna get that number, and we're gonna say this comes up at a 24, okay? So it comes up at a 24. But when they do it on the measurement site, they're gonna ask you in centimeters, okay? So in centimeters, you'll take that 24, it'll be 61. So it's going to be 61 centimeters, but 61 centimeters is 24 inches. But they ask you for measurements in centimeters. So the crown, from the crown to here, it said you want, the high crown to be 5 inches, right? The crown, 5 inches. But when they look at when they do the crown, when they flip it over, that will come to 13. So it'll be 63 by 13. The 63 going around by 13, but they will add, that's me adding the sweatband in there. So when you're doing your hat, and then when you want, like, how wide, so this brim is only 2.5 inch brim. I like the wide brim. So that's why when I buy the hats, when you want a wide brim, then get a bigger height. Don't get them smaller ones, because you ain't gonna be able to have it to expand. But these are the blocks that you will need to be able to do your thing. So this one falls a little smaller. So what I'm gonna wind up doing to get the width, right? What I'm gonna wind up doing to this so that I can make it waterproof, right? I'm gonna buy some Gorilla duct tape that's waterproof, because you see, like, I be putting a lot of this on here wet. And then I'm going to continue to put the tape around to be able to give me more wiggle room, to be able to give me, for this block to be able to fit. But in order to make these flat top hats, this is what you got to do. So I'm going to actually take this one upstairs, and I'm going to put that hot steamer on here and iron this down. Turn on the iron, because I need this to be flat, okay? And then I'll let it dry. But yeah, we want to get that shape out of there. So this is how you change the different shapes of the hat, okay? You need different blocks to do different things, okay? So I'm learning. I get on there and, you know, you learn bits and pieces from the internet, because a lot of these people's is they in business of making hats. So you have to take your time. If there's something you want to do, you want to have to, like Tiffany Hendricks say, educate yourself. You're going to have to put in that work to be able to get it done. So this is what a term how the hat be like the Inspector Gadget, but you want a flat top hat. You need a flat block, okay? You need this flat block, because this is what's going to turn that to a flat top hat. So this is how I be taking these hats and changing up the shape. So the squaw hats already come cut, and they're not, if you get a hide, they're not shaped. Now these is the pre-made ones that I got off Amazon. I paid about $30 and I got about 12 hats in a pack. And then, but because what I like to do is color them and change it, and spray paint is what they're using. And they're using spray paint, and they're using fabric paint. So you could change the color, but the spray paint is the effective way to do this. So if you want to get in the hat making, the wig, I keep saying wig block, the hat blocks is on Estes. Look for different sellers, because you'll get sellers that sell them cheaper than others, because some people's be $300-400. So I found the guy, I'm paying like $130 to $140, and some of his stuff is like $70-80. But then you get the press and different things like that to add it into it, it'd be a little bit higher. But if you decide you want to be a hat maker, yes, get all the stuff you need. But this is what you're going to need to change the shapes of these hats. You're going to need hat blocks. And the crowns of these hat blocks is about 5 inches or whatever. Because when you're seeing all these fancy hats, this is what they're doing. So I hope you guys find that inspiration and you want to get into the hat making with all these tools. And I don't know everything. I'm learning. But I'm going to keep learning until I know everything. Watch Shady Days. Watch a lot of them custom hat makers. And these hats, the ones that's custom, will run you anywhere from $300 up into the thousands, depending on who. This one man make the hats for Johnny Depp. So his hats is like $5,000 a hat. But, you know, he's servicing a celebrity. So, I mean, just get creative. You got old fabric, old jeans. Save that, because you can, you know, put that as a sweatband. Start picking up your spray paint, but just get piece by piece by piece, and always believe that you can do something. If you go into it right away thinking it's hard, you're not going to be able to accomplish it. But that is what shaped these hats and make the hats different. This is how you get a flat top. You need a flat top block. Okay? All right, y'all. See y'all in another video. Toodles! So I got the hat up here, giving the steam iron time to catch up and get all the things that it needs. So I'm just going to wet it a little bit more, because I'm waiting on a steam iron to catch up. Let's see if it caught up. Okay. So what I'm doing is reassuring the flat top. Okay. This is a gravel steam iron. The iron came off Amazon. So when you decide to be a hat maker, this is what you're going to need. One of these. One of these. So then I can be rest assured, and I can let it dry like this. And I'm going to have flat top. But remember I talked about I got to widen it back out at the bottom, because this will be tight. Y'all know how Erykah Badu be wearing them tall hats? But when you put the sweatband on, it's not going to look as tall as the 5 inches. Not the sweatband, the band that goes around the hat. So I know y'all like, that look extremely tall. Once you put your band around it, it's not going to be 5 inches. It'll be about maybe 3 inches to 4, maybe 3, depending on. And always remember with these, because these are very powerful irons, I totally unplug it. And you got to remember to turn off the valve. There's a valve that leaks the water down through the filter. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So now that I'm done, let me show y'all. See this? Turn this filter off, because the water goes down into the valve. So I write on, off, so I can remember to turn it off. Because if you don't remember to turn it off, you'll come and it'll be leaking, and you're like, what the hell? You'll think that something is wrong. But yeah, if the iron is not forcing water through, you need to turn it off. So I turn off the power switch, and I also unplug it, because this is a very powerful iron. So I do not leave this one plugged up at all. I kill the power, and I unplug it. So this is how you make flat top. Okay, so now we're done. Hit that power, turn the power off. Make sure that when you put it, ain't nothing by it, because that is a very, very powerful iron. So make sure all the power is off on it. So the power is off, the cord is unplugged, everything. The hose is turned off. So, because one time I came in here and I forgot to turn off the hose. And, oh, and this iron can't sit upright, because the gravel water comes through this cord. You can't sit it up like a regular iron. It has a special plate that it sits on. It always has to be facing downward. You can never leave it sitting upright. It's a gravel steam iron. Okay. Make sure don't nothing get tangled up. Okay. So this right here is shellac. What does shellac do? Shellac is going to really make this hard. So when it come off of here, it's going to be hard. This right here, my pretty boy swag. All the girls is only swag. Please, you better pay attention. So what this doing is real showing the hardness. Now, if you don't want your hat to be hard, don't use shellac. When I do my hats, I be want my hats to be in one position. I don't want them to flex, so that'd be why I do this. I gotta go outside and get my trays, because I have special trays with these hats go on. Now down here, there's more down. I want to leave that more not hard, because I'm going to need that to expand. Because remember, I need that a little bit wider. Okay, so this is liquid shellac that I'm using. Very flammable. Don't smoke cigarettes and try to do this because you will blow yourself up. Don't do nothing crazy. No candles can't be by this stuff. Nothing crazy. So I need more light. But I'm finna go get off of here anyway. Because y'all don't have to sit here and go through all this with me. Okay? I'm not gonna make y'all sit here and deal with all this. So I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna let y'all go. I don't want shellac to get on there. So this is an empty box that I saved just for this reason right here. Gina, why are you doing creepy stuff? Why are you coming out of closets and stuff? What's wrong with you? Why you come out of that closet? When you start going up in closets and stuff, young man? Okay, so I'm going to let y'all go for real. So tomorrow when y'all see this hat, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, okay? It's going to be hard out here for when they're trying to... Let me stop singing that. You can get copyright. So I would say when you're doing a strengthening of a hat to make it stiff, the key parts to me to a hat is right here or around, because you want that to be nice and hard. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye bye.